Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be taking on Fatima, the 2000 bot. We're going to try and get aggressive, you know. She's calm, patient and determined to queen. Fatima will grind you down and happily win the end game. Alright, so I've tried taking on Charles and Lee, but it's not gone to plan. So I'm moving on to Fatima. And hopefully we'll get a win. If so, it'll be titled How to Win, the video. So I love this when we play like that. Normally the higher level people push. But if they take, we go here, bishop out, and then we try for some big attack on this square with the king. Often you gambit that pawn as well, and then if they take, you go here, and then if they take, you go queen take with the bishop on this square, and then take, and that's the England gambit, or intercontinental ballistic missile. But we didn't get that. That would have been too easy. And if you're worried about me and the pan, guys, I know I'm a bit psychotic at the minute with the losing streak, but the pan, I was just eating some rice, so I thought I'd use it as a, a dramatic prop. So here, we get this. Maybe. Do we just break straight away at this structure? Try and get the bishop out? So if take, that comes with check. We just go here. Why don't we just play one move that takes us a little bit closer to castling? So this would threaten nothing. The queen would just take. I was thinking, can we get this and this in? So if I'm actually feeling strangely confident, guys. If we just give ourselves enough time, I do believe I can do it. You know, Mike's working, video's looking good. Yeah. So yeah, puts pressure on both pawns. If here we take, they take, we go here, hit the queen and the knight. That looks alright, just develop. Ready to castle. Oh yeah, because if this, they take here, so we probably go like this. If queen trade, I think we're alright. So if take, they come in and they're threatening this move, winning the rook. So if castle, or if this, that's a tactic, right? Win the pawn. Here, but they throw in the check. I was thinking we could take that at the end because they need to defend the queen, but they just throw in the check and then they'd win the knight. But we could do it the other way around, like takes, and then insert the queen capture in there somewhere. Unless they take my queen now. Oh, I was thinking the knight defends the queen. It's still defended by the by the bishop. So if we get this and this, it leaves them with a weird pawn here. But that pawn would be quite a clamping pawn and reinforceable with this move. So maybe we don't take the knight. Maybe we take the pawn. Isn't that just a free pawn after this? But then they get that, don't they? Ah, this knight is the problem. What if this? Putting pressure on this pinned pawn. We can't because there's a pin here. What if we just kick the queen? If they take, we take, but then they get this with tempo. So I think we have to take them and then somehow resolve this issue. Maybe like back. Looks a bit odd. But it protects this square forever. Yeah. A bit funky, guys, but I don't mind this. They're attacking the base of my pawn chain, so takes, they look like they've got quite a good position. But then we can get that move in. But then they take here. But no, because we're defending that square. So maybe this looks alright, trying to nab a pawn. I doubt we'll be able to hold on to it, but this here, this. We take back with the king, and then we protect the pawn. Okay, so they're defending this pawn now, but this pawn is still hit. So what's the plan? If here, they just take. If here, take. We don't really have time to castle, which is annoying. This is the only way I can see to try and hold on to the pawn. If this, we just take it. Probably going to have to take with the king now. End up with the king in the center. And I just... Two problems this knight was causing, and I sort of forgot that I was defending against that one. And yeah, started defending the pawn instead of this square. So there was this problem and also this problem. Why didn't I just take the knight? Wouldn't that have just solved all my problems? They're there. But then they would have had this big clamp on the center. That's definitely what I should have done. So let's go again. We've learned something. I think I need the engine. We just messed up that last little bit. So Queen's Gambit. We love these positions, guys. Let me know. I was thinking if I was ever going to do a Twitch stream, I'd do the whole course. You know, that chessable course. I did one video on it. It's called D4. It's called How to Play the Queen's... Learning the Queen's Gambit or something like that. Yeah, I could do the entire chessable course by John Bartholomew on Twitch. It's a free course, so I'm sure he wouldn't mind. So this opens up the defense of this. Looks good. This feels nice for us. So this hit the bishop. Pressure on this pawn long term, maybe. Or just kick the bishop here. See, if they take out, we're quite happy. Where do we want the bishop? The bishop here looks really good, actually. Also, pawn here having a massive center looks good. And then having this as the open file. Oh, tough decision, guys. What do you prefer? Oh, I love the way Tal is just illuminated in the sunlight. Hopefully he could irradiate some of his energy onto us. So bishop here. So is that ever playable if takes? Damage the structure maybe? Queen takes at the end? Or if this, we just get a really solid looking center? I think maybe this, not sure. So yeah, now we might have to just drop back, and then we've sort of lost the advantage of being on this diagonal. Maybe pawn takes was better in light of this move. We're not going to give up this beautiful dark square bishop. Is that doing anything? Don't think so. So let's just go back. This bishop is also dominating the knight on this square like this. Cutting off all the squares for the knight. I don't understand. So this here takes though. Yeah, this looks awful putting the queen in an alignment issue, but the engine's worked it out to be good. Because they have an exceeding danger level, guys. They're rook. So could we... What if this? Putting more pressure on here? Protecting this square, maybe eyeing this square in the future. That looks really nice. Let's try that. So now if takes, we just win a pawn with check. If this, they take. We take. If this check. And then we get that move in. Hitting this pawn twice. And hitting the queen. Queen goes there to defend this pawn twice at the end of it. This looks a bit winning, guys. If we just find the right tactic here. That doesn't do anything, does it? Does that help? Just deflecting the queen away from defense of this pawn, maybe. Or queen probably here. And then we get this, this, this. But then how are we ever going to castle? Or maybe this, just to hit the queen like that. Then if queen back here, maybe we've got this coming in the future. Yeah, let's try this. With take, they take, we take back. Didn't expect the queen to come to this square. Here, check. We just look really good in that position. I think I'm going to do this. I mean, even this takes just gives them doubled pawns. I think definitely winning the pawn looks better. So now we're just up a pawn. We're defending this square. What if this? They've got this check. We go here. They've got nothing. Have to go there. Why don't we insert this move? It's a little cheeky, but after this, 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 they've not got anything, I don't think. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Because if this, they take the knight, don't they? Maybe we just castle. We're up a pawn, guys. Let's not get greedy, you know. Although this does look a bit scary, this pawn cracking things open, along with a rook and queen here. And I can't castle kingside because the queen's vision covers that square, so. Let's try this. Got to be aware of alignment issues. This pawn's pinned. This knight's not actually protected. So maybe I'll just look to centralize the knight here. So if this now, there's no check on this square, so this looks much better. Queen has to go either here or here. Or there. If here we get this, centralizing with tempo. Here, does this do anything? I think we hit the queen. It's a little cheeky, but they've not got a dark square bishop to start to punish these dark squares that were potentially opening up here. So, let's try it. A bit nervous about weakening my king side, guys. So now we get to hit the queen. Looks really lovely. But let's not just jump to conclusions. This threatens this. And maybe if the bishop ever moves, we win this pawn. But then this, but then the pawn would be on this square. I'm a bit worried about bishop coming here, but there's no tactic there. So I think we can safely hit the queen. Wow. I don't think that's a good move, guys. What? Takes, takes. They've got a bad pawn structure. They've just got an isolated pawn there. Looks very odd to me. But if takes, takes, maybe we're also happy because we're hitting this pawn at the end of it. They defend like that. I'm going to go for this, guys. So if this, we're threatening this here. Not sure what after that. But maybe just expand. Cutting off all the squares for this knight. Feeling good. Loving this isolated pawn they've got. How do we target this pawn if here? Takes, takes. Opens up our rook. But then they take at the end, don't they? So maybe this, just looking to have a big kingside expansion. Show the dominance of our connected pawns, guys. What if this, this, this? Open up our rook. try and induce trades, be able to get this move in. But then if takes, they damage our structure, give us double pawns. But a few people, guys, saying I need a break from chess. I know I do. I know you've seen my decline in quality recently, but I just had a few wins on Lee chess, so I'm feeling a bit better today. Does this do anything? Just take the open file. This bishop doesn't look great on these two squares. Although maybe once it gets in, it could be a bit annoying. So how could we restrict this bishop? If here, bishop could come here. But then we'd sort of disconnect the pawns a little bit. My dark square bishop isn't very active. So this also opens up my dark square bishop a little bit. So I think I'm going to go for this plan. It also opens up their light square bishop, but maybe I play that in the future to blunt the effect of this bishop. Let's try this. And then back, try and get a trade of the rooks. I'm just up a pawn with a better pawn structure. So this is like maybe drawing, but probably slightly winning. Is there any more aggressive move if here? No. This is awful because they just damage my structure. What have we done with it? We had a massive pawn chain and now it's gone. What's that good for us? If here our knight is sort of stuck against this pawn. If this, that looks better. So let's see if they want to trade rooks. So if we take, they take, we go here. Sorry, we take, they take, we go here. Hit the bishop. Bishop goes back, we trap it. Bishop has to go here, we hit it again. That looks pretty good for us. And now there is a potential mate on this square, but the rook covers. Let's try this. Ooh, I didn't see that move. Okay. It's not actually hitting anything. The knight does defend this square. This. We're trading off our nice pawn chain for his isolated pawn. We're going to try and win that pawn. We've got to target this as a weakness. Here. Knight jumps like that. Here. Target this pawn. That looks okay. Right? That looks pretty good. That covers this square. But if this, or this, because if this, they get to jump in, but if this, they don't have any great knight moves, do they? Oh no, they just take. So if this, maybe we let them jump in. Ugh, getting a phone call. Doesn't matter. This, they can also do that. I don't like giving this knight such activity. If that, just hitting the bishop. And then we're protecting this square once the bishop moves. That looks okay. But then if bishop here, we go here. Because we can't move off this back rank because then they just get mate. So let's try this. But now there. And we're protecting this pawn now. And allowing us to go like this so we can get this move in. So it's proper like sequential sort of thinking. So if this bishop doesn't have a great square here, and then we get our desired move, I think. Right? So now this knight goes, trying to like calculate the win almost. If here knight jumps back, This looks so good for us. What does the knight do? Jump to the edge of the board? What? Oh, just threatening mate. Oh no. Okay. This? If we take, they get mate. Have we got any checks, any forcing moves? Or can we intercept this? But if here they just take this. This comes to mind, guys. If takes, we're looking good with a more active king. We don't no longer get this move with tempo, but this still looks pretty good, I think. Double checking, but now this pawn's hanging. So after this, takes, they get that. We get here. What do we do? Maybe just that. Maintaining this defense of the pawn. So if here, rook comes in, king up, they've not got anything after that. Or even here. Keeping the king slightly towards the center, guys. Trying to hold everything together right now. Getting a bit tenuous though. Check, we just go up. I don't really see anything for them. But now what? Yeah, I mean, knight on the edge of the board doesn't look great. And now I was just going to try and win this pawn. If push, we've got a lot of defense of that square. Maybe this first to try and lock this pawn in as bad. They can't even come here to defend. They can't come here to defend. So the knight wants to get this move in. So this forces a trade because then... And also gets my rook out of this tempo. Because I'm threatening mate here. Is there any cheekiness distracting this bishop to try and win the rook with the king? Like this. Takes, we take. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Maybe just this to try and simplify, try and get right into the end game. We've got with the more active king, you know? That'd look good for us. It is opposite coloured bishop though. So what if this, going after this knight, if here, we go for this. I think we just go for this. What if they go rook here though? We take it with the bishop. Rook here. Or if rook targeting this pawn, we take with the knight. I don't see that they've got any great moves, so I'm going to try this. Okay, guys, we'll put a pawn up with a better pawn structure going into this endgame. But she is an endgame master, so yeah. So this looking to reroute. They're looking to win this pawn. How do they even defend that pawn? I don't see a way. Or this, looking to attack the pawn. This or this. This leaves us the option of going for this in the future. Maybe this. If here takes, we get double isolated pawns. It doesn't even look that good. Or if here, maybe we go just push the pawn and then try and win this pawn later with the king. We're putting our bishop on a nice square, which is just nice. Also this, but then they come in and hit us. Let's try that. They're just giving us it. Nice. Right? So they're trying to get this move in with the knight. Can we stop that? I don't see a way to stop it. But what does this do? It just threatens the bishop. So what if here? Right, let's reevaluate, guys. Sorry, probably taken a while, but I've not beaten many of these 2,000 bots. Only a Gambador. He's not in the same. He's in the celebrity category, which makes me think he might be programmed a bit easier than Fatima and Charles and Lee. So this I'll just get the king involved, or just this. Pressure in this pawn, or this. Pressure in this pawn. So if this here, 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 I think we're happy. Or if this, but then here. I don't really want to let the knight central. This would be awful because of this. Fuck. But this, if here, I don't want to let the knight in. I want to keep the tempo going. This here, here. This maybe just that though. This sort of puts our bishop out of the game a little bit. After this. So here, push, take. This pawn is not going to be going anywhere, is it? Yeah, I'm not sure. See, I feel like I need an endgame lesson to know what to do here. Like, it's not clear whether bringing the king is best or going after this pawn. But I think maybe king. I'm just scared of this knight coming in. Let's try that. So now for this. So what else is the knight doing? Because it's hitting this pawn. So maybe we come back here and try and solidify everything. If we can do that, just create like a fortress, then we should be happy. What does the knight do here? This, we just come up. I mean, I'm fine about that. If push, they take. So I think if here, they're threatening this. Protected by that. So maybe we go like this. And then if take. And then is there any tactics against my knight, the defender of the pawn? With the bishop would just have pressure on this backwards pawn, and my knight would have to stay and defend it, which I don't like. But I don't like this either, with the pawn putting pressure on my knight. Maybe the king will come up and, I don't know, stop me defending this pawn. What if this? Then if takes. No, we need. Actually, if takes, we just take with the knight, maybe. And then, what have they got? Maybe we just bring the king. I don't see anything great for them. This. And this is just fine for us. Oh, but then they get that. And then our bishop's trapped. No. This. Take. Check. Our bishop's not trapped, guys. Here. How can this be? This just does not look like my bishop's getting trapped in this position. What did I do? I just moved my king and now this if takes. This here. I don't even know. What can I do? Create a danger level threat. So if this takes, we get this. I don't know. If this, at least it puts their knight on the edge of the board. And now we're going to be neutral on material. Ah, we're winning. We're up 2 points. If this, they're nice on the edge of the board, and then maybe, you know, just push this pawn. Bring the king up. So this, is there any tactics here? Maybe the king defends the knight. This allowing this, and then that doesn't look any better. So I'm just going to go for this. And now knight wants to get back to this square here. So if here, they can come back with check, but then we get this. Or is it more important to go like that? And then if here, we go like that? No, I think we got to get the king in. Maybe with the more active king, we can make something happen. Oh, I was thinking here, but that doesn't work, does it? So here, now they get a revealed check, which can't be good, can it? But then at least we step this side and maybe promote this way. Win this pawn. What can they actually do? If here, we need to scan every single move. They can win this pawn. So here, win this pawn. Here. Are we not just winning this pawn? I really don't want to go back that way. Let's try it. Now we're down material. But we're going for it, guys. So that's protecting that, but now we're winning this pawn, right? And how do they stop this pawn promoting? Are they going to have to sack a piece? Is this doing anything? Don't think so. Maybe this takes, then they're eyeing this pawn. I don't know, I'm going to go after this pawn. I feel like it's my only out. So if takes, they get this. There. This. At least we can hit the piece at the end. So if here, take, we come back, hit the knight, but then they take this. You know what? This might just be winning. I know we're down material, but yeah, they're keeping the bishop on the board because they're thinking bishops are better at stopping pawns promoting. So if we try this, then they win that. So if here, they win this. I feel like we've got to take, and at least we get to hit this now. Or do we just step in? Then we've got our king on the key square to defend this promotion path. I think we step in, but then they step in with their king. Put us in opposition. Ooh. So if here, if take, we get this. They get this. We go here. Doesn't just win the bishop, but then wait, here? But then they're closer to our pawns and they're gonna win these pawns at the end. So maybe this. And they get their king in. So if here, can't take this pawn because then we'll promote. So maybe this is our only try. What if that, going after these two pawns? The bishop can never take, right. We're down a pawn, guys, but we've got 2 passed pawns. The bishop can never take these 2 pawns. And the king can never take these 2 pawns. Because if takes, we go here. Unless bishop comes like this. And then king can take. Right. Do we actually go for this, though? Just invest in these 2 instead. Looks very tempting. We're pawn down, but I honestly think we might be winning. If takes, this doesn't work. If opposition and here. Wait, no. If opposition, they can't do that. They'll be touching. So if opposition, we're threatening check, take, push. here, push, take. Then they're winning the pawns at the... I think this is our best bet. This is my only out, I think, going after these pawns. It looks very odd. So now they're threatening this. And we've got to see if this is just winning. So yeah, and now my king looks awful. It looks silly. And now we're just too slow. So this, trying to hit this, protect this. They take, we push. We can't move this pawn because we're hitting the bishop. Our king actually does look powerful. If push, they take, that doesn't do anything. I think we've got to come here. So this obviously must be fine for them. That's the thing of sacking the bishop. So if push. Can't go this way, so I think push is our only big move. Now they come try win my pawns. So if here, they come here. Thing is, to protect this pawn, we've got to come all the way like that. And that's just a big waste of time. And by that time, they're already in winning my pawns and promoting here. So I think we've lost. But, so here they go here. We lose this pawn. We take. Maybe that's our only try. I think all these tries are just slightly losing, but it's our best bet. A few of them. So for this. Opposition at least. And then do we go after this pawn? Because king can't really come in that easily. But then bishop can protect. Maybe we get a draw out of this. I think we do get a draw. If this, that stops bishop coming here. If this and this, stopping bishop in, are we still winning this pawn? I think so. Let's try that. Maybe they give it a check and we take, but then at least we get a draw. Wow, this looks interesting, guys. What is going on? So, do we have time for this? If that, they go here. We go here. Do we get this moving? Or do we go like that? If here we go up. Maybe. That looks best to me. They're just defending the pawn. So now here. But then king gets this move. So maybe here first. I sort of don't want to allow the king in. If this. Why did we move there? It allowed a few things. Yeah, I think maybe just king back. If this, I don't like the idea of that. Whereas if here, at least we're putting them in opposition. Probably good. And now they don't know what to do. Which is always a good sign, guys. So do we push? Here. Again, king gets in. What if we push this way? Does that help? Not really. The king is stopping us, like, we want this pawn to push. And if here, they're always going to come in. So we're sort of getting trapped, but I think we're definitely drawing. What if check? We go like this? Or is this just better? Like that? I think this. Maybe they give a check. Up. Pawns on the dark squares. Is there like a stalemate here? Oh no. Yeah, it's a draw. We're in Zeus long. We have to go up. If here, take here. Same thing. We take the pawn at the end. If this, they take, we go here. Oh, maybe no, maybe they are winning. Ah. Yeah, this was awful, allowing this move. This... Maybe they are keeping this pawn. Or is it... This... They take... We go here, they take... What do we do? Oh, Fatima, this is brutal. It's not nice. There's nothing working. This here. I think both are just as bad as the other. If this here, this, yeah, I don't know. Both seem absolutely awful. And now this, they just take. I don't know. Now they're just promoting though. That's just adding insult to injury, isn't it? That pushing me back with the king. This way. Opposition, but they just push. Oh wow, we're behind the pawn. Let's analyze that, guys. I feel like we were definitely winning at some point. Even in that endgame, I thought we were better. The bits of it. Kept like I could feel the dial flipping between winning and losing. But like it was within like a few pawns. It felt like. You know, the bar just felt like it was always around there, a central point. But I think that was instructive. Hopefully. I should have, yeah. Because then if takes, it doesn't actually matter. Because if takes, they're just giving us an open file for the rook, and we kick their queen, and we're threatening all sorts of mates. Yeah. Sometimes giving this pawn is okay. And here, look, we're up by a rook. Oh no, a rook. I knew we were better, but a rook. And this was best. We got into a really good endgame. Oh, and this pawn move. Yeah, it seemed good at the time to open up my rook, but honestly, this pawn chain was so strong. And then after, I was like, what are these two piddly pawns doing? Yeah. Finding a lot of the best moves. That was good, that was good. And then with this idea coming, it says that was bad. Should play this one. Anthony wants to play a game. Anthony's a lovely subscriber in the Discord. Join the Discord, guys. It's free. Like and subscribe as well. Sophia. I didn't realise we were winning by this much. And we lost as well. It wasn't even a draw. We just lost. Wow. Oh yeah, and then we just blundered the bishop. But even here, I thought we had chances, and we did. We were very neutral. And here, it had all sort of fallen apart. But even here, I thought we had some chances. Like, why didn't I push the pawn? Push. Because this was still covering. But it doesn't allow them to win the pawn like that. How is this losing? Us with two pawns. It's losing. And here we played the best move to lose, which actually I feel pretty good about that. We just got in a slightly losing endgame after getting our bishop trapped. But apart from that, we were winning most of that game. Fatima, she snuck a victory out of us. What can you do, eh? Like and subscribe, guys. See you next time. Cheers.